I am Deborah Ann Matthews, and this is Michelle Pettis. We are here to celebrate the winning, internationally acclaimed, I'm sure they make up all them words, global thought leader, TED Talk extraordinaire, Michelle Pettis. Those of you who watch, you've been watching, you've been getting feedback, information, encouragement that it is not the food, the obesity, is not the weight loss, it's the story behind it all. Tonight we're going to talk about the topic, what are you willing to do to save your life? Without further ado, we're going to go straight to Michelle Pettis, TED Talk extraordinaire. Michelle, take it away.
Thank you, thank you,
You're
thank you so much,
welcome.
Deborah.
Thank you.
Whenever, every week when I come on here, I say that coming on here with you is the highlight of my week, and every week it is true. This is such, this is such a high point for me to be able to come and talk to you, to see how you're progressing, to see how you're growing, to connect with your audience. Is just as they say, well, it does a body good. It does
Well,
that really it does a body good. It does my spirit good, and what else does my spirit good is to be able to share the stuff that I have learned along the way in this journey. And
hmm
because Deborah Ann, I struggled way too long, right?
hmm
Way too long in confusion and in darkness and in overeating and in yo-yo dieting and in stress eating. I struggled way too long not really understanding what was going on with my emotions in that space. And so for me to have the kind of clarity, right, that I have now and to be able to share it and just have the belief that it's making an impact, that somebody is listening and somebody will get something, they'll understand something, and they won't have to struggle with it like I did. That that's why I'm here every Thursday. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm in my Facebook group, that I am brand new now Facebook group, the one that you come to every Monday night,
hmm
every Monday night at 5 p.m. Eastern time, because I don't want to die with this inside of me, right?
yes,
If
yes,
I you know if I don't share and tell everything that I have figured out, it will mean that I struggled and suffered for
in
40
vain.
years for no reason,
Exactly.
and that I went through that. It, it's like the universe or God or however it was my destiny to have to go through that, to be the one to bring this message of understanding and clarity. Otherwise, it was for no reason. And I can't believe that that is true. So I'm happy to be here to say that if you're struggling, if it's a challenge, that there is hope, that it's possible. And as much as I believe that I'm special, I know I'm not that special. As much as I believe that I'm different, I'm not that different than anybody. And that if I'll be 67 in May, and if
hmm
I, as a 67-year-old woman who struggled with this for 40 years, can beat it and figure it out, you can beat it too. It is for you to beat it. We are not destined to have diabetes, right?
No.
We are not destined to have a high blood pressure. We're
hmm
not destined to be at risk of stroke. We're not destined to die at higher rates of cancer than the rest of the population. We are destined to live full, vibrant, happy, successful, happy, feeling good, feeling fabulous, looking fabulous in our body lives. We are destined for that if
Okay.
if if we're willing to choose it. If we
Okay.
are if we are willing to choose it. And the way that we choose it is we recognize that we're in an environment that does not want it for us. And we have to want it for ourselves. We have to be willing. We have to willing to defy the odds. We have to be willing to defy what everybody else is saying. We have to be willing to go against conventional wisdom. We have to be willing to stand in the truth of what we want for our bodies, and not just our bodies, our lives, right?
hmm
For our lives. No, when you've heard me say this before, and I'll keep saying it. When I first started on this journey, I just wanted to wear cuter clothes. I mean, it wasn't a health thing for me, right? I wanted to wear cuter clothes, and then I also wanted Deborah Ann to be able to look in the mirror and not be mad and not be sad and not be frustrated. And I wanted the smile that I had on the outside to be a smile that was happening on the inside too. That's that's really what I wanted. And
Janine
over the
Aldridge says the same. She wants the same too.
Yes, yes, it is
Yeah.
yours. It is yours. It is yours for the taking. It is
Yes.
yours for the taking. But we do have to make some decisions. We have to decide what we're willing to change, what we are prepared to do differently, because we can't do different if we don't act different. We can't
Mm-hmm.
get different if we don't think different. We have to start making some changes, not all at once, right? No, not all at once, but we just have to start making the little shifts every day that ultimately take us down the road where we want to go. And we have to decide, this is what I'm willing to do. You know what? I'm willing to give up an extra 30 minutes of sleep so I can get up and work out. So I can get up and not even work out hard, but just take a walk. I'm willing to give up an extra 30 minutes of sleep so that I can write, so that I can spend some time in the day. If you were listening and you saw Get the Backstory on Wednesday night, Whitney Wheeler was on. Whitney Wheeler used to weigh 543 pounds. Oh, sorry. Whitney Wheeler was on Get the Backstory Live. You can watch
Mm-hmm.
it on my YouTube channel. She used to weigh 543 pounds. She lost 300 pounds. She lost 300 pounds. She's still on her journey, but she said, I used to wake up and I took 11 different medications. She took
Mm.
11 different medications. She said,
Mm.
now when I wake up, I get up and I command my day. I love that. Whitney, I'm
Mm.
stealing that for you. So
Me
you get
too.
up and you decide what you are going to do in that day. And you decide that with affirmations. You decided with affirmation. You decided with visualization. You decided with some meditation. You set the day. You are in charge, in command of deciding how you are going to start off your day. Very first thing, right? We don't have any control ever of what comes at us, but we have absolute control over how we respond. And sometimes getting control of how we respond means, you know what? We got to take a break. We got to go in the bathroom and collect ourselves. As my grandmother used
Yes.
to tell me,
Yes.
go somewhere and get yourself together, right? You got to, right? Go to the bathroom, go in a closet, go in the corner, give your own self a timeout, and just
That's
let your
it.
and do some deep breathing. Do some
Yes.
get yourself calm, right? Get yourself calm and start thinking about the outcome that you want to have. Start thinking about your happy place. Start doing some deep breathing. Just closing your eyes. Our imaginations are so powerful, right? Our imaginations are so powerful. Our imaginations can take us any place we want to go. And we have to just start learning how to tap into that on a daily basis. Tap into it on a daily basis. Just start daydreaming. Start daydreaming. Start chanting, right? All of that. All of that is centering. All of that is calming. And what that means is that we are prepared to give up being in a moment of chaos and choose some moments of calm. We're going to give up. Somebody put that in the chat. I am prepared to give up chaos so I can claim calm. I am
Amen.
prepared to give up chaos so I can claim calm.
Yeah.
So we
Charlton
just,
Bolden says hello.
hi, Charlton.
Yes.
Hi, Charlton. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on tonight. So just, it's like, but so sometimes, we're so used to operating the same way, then it's hard to
Mhm.
give up something, right? And it's hard to
Yes.
give up something without thinking, okay, what am I going to get in return, right?
Mhm.
So often the trick is to focus on what you're going to get first. They
Yes.
focus on the thing that you want to get, and then it makes easy to release that which is toxic. Oh, excuse me. So that, that's the thing. What are you willing? Are you willing to give up 30 minutes of sleep to get
Mhm.
something to get command of your day? Are you willing to give up 30 minutes of sleep so that you can do some affirmation? Are you
Mhm.
willing to do that? So are you willing to cut some ties with some toxic people,
Mm.
right? Because so
Mm.
when we start thinking, and I think about this my own self, like in the old days, there were friends that I had. All we did was go out to eat. That's all we
Mhm.
did.
Mhm.
That is all we did, right? So, and I had to make a decision that those friends, I got to distance myself from them because that is all that we had in common. Now, that didn't mean
Mhm.
that we aren't going to be friendly anymore, but that did mean that we're not going to spend our time going out to eat. We can start figuring out some other stuff that we can do together, preparing to give up that,
That's right.
right?
Hey,
And
First
and it,
Lady.
and it, and it,
Yes.
and if they can't get on board with that, this is because this is the choice is my health. Do I want friends, or do I want to live,
Okay.
right? Do I want friends, or do I want to be move around happy and get off the medication? Do I you know
Okay.
you know what's more important? What's more important to me? My own peace of mind, right? And here's what happens is when you start making these adjustments, you start bringing your friends along with you. Those people that are for you, they're going to come along for the ride. They're going to make
Mhm.
the adjustment. They're going to be happy. Oh, girl, you know what? I'm so glad you said let's go for a walk. I've been trying to go for a walk myself. Right? You you start shifting the atmosphere. So that's what this is. That's what this is all about, making a decision about what's more important to you. Deborah, are you there? Making a decision about what's important to you,
Yes, I'm here.
and and what you have to release in order to give it, in
Yes.
order to get it. Because when you say yes to one thing, you're saying no to another.
Mhm.
When you say yes to one, you're saying no to another. So are you prepared to give some of that up, right? Are you prepared to go to bed a little earlier so you can get all the 8 hours of sleep that you need, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Right? Are you prepared for that? To know that this, right, the sleep deprivation impairs impulse control, right? It
Mhm.
impairs the time. It impacts the time that our body needs to heal, because our bodies heal when we are asleep. That's when our bodies repair. That's when we process stuff. So when we give ourselves that resting time,
Mhm.
we're giving our body something that it needs. Are we prepared to give up watching the late night movies, right? Are we prepared to give up those late night phone calls? Are we prepared to give up all of that so that we can
Mhm.
attend to what's really important? Because when we start getting the rest, when we start getting the exercise, guess what? Our days get more productive. We
Yes.
get we get right. We get benefits that we had never ever even dreamed of. Yeah. So
Yes. That's
you look
wonderful.
like you have a question, Deborah, and I see something percolating in
Yes.
your head.
Yes. I for me, I get up, I exercise every day. However, on my swim days, and I do physical therapy, I realize that because physical therapy is so mentally exhausting, that I need a little bit of extra time on at least a Friday to rest, then go to the chronic pain class, then go to physical therapy. Because it's not that I can't do what they're asking me to do. It's in my mind, I'm saying, Deborah, get up. You're learning to stand and you're learning to do things even with the weight, even with the knee to knee and bone to bone. Your body works. Your body can stand. It has to build strength. And so
Mm-hmm.
those of us who have mobility issues that come from just the overabundance or the overuse of body parts, that's a whole different thing. And then you have this relationship with food that you're over consuming or under consuming, and then you have the weight loss, and then you have the stress. It's a lot of stuff. So
It's a
I
lot of
had
stuff.
to give myself permission to say, if you need to stay home and rest for a few hours before going out, then that's what you're gonna have to do, and be okay with it. Not that I'm not moving, I'm moving, but in a different way. And it's mostly mental to calm myself down. Because when I'm going every which way and every which way, by the time I get home, I'm tired. So I haven't been able to calm myself, but I'm just keeping myself in chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
not easy to do because I'd rather get up and go than sit and stay.
Yes. 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 And you know, and part of it, that's part of the journey too. Learning, are are you prepared to give up the get up and go?
Yes.
Are 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 you are you prepared to sit with yourself?
Yes.
Right? Are right?
Yes.
Are you prepared? Are you prepared to do that? Because that takes some getting used to. That takes, because we have so much stimulus, but that thing that takes so getting used to, that is the thing that is so incredibly important. Because as we sit with ourselves, that's when we start to get connected to ourselves. Right? That's when we start to go inside, and the answers to so much of what we deal with is all inside. But we have to get calm to be able to hear our inner self talking to our outer self, and giving our
Mhm.
outer self permission to talk to our inner self, and then to process that conversation, right? To validate that conversation. That requires just, sitting, right? Sitting in calmness and sitting in stillness. And the question becomes, are you prepared to give up the get up and go, the always being on the go, the always being distracted, the always being stimulated?
Mm.
And see, that keeps us from from going inside, which is where the answers are, which is where the peace is.
Yes. And speaking of that, I want to just let everybody know today Michelle's TED Talk was released. And it's in the discussion, so you can look at it or you can go look in the community page and click on it. I want you to watch it. It's 17 minutes long, and she speaks just about what we're talking about. What she talks about is that as she did her weight loss journey, she thought about her family and she got clarity. And that clarity kept her from overeating for 5 years because she understood what it was that she was dealing with. And those of us, we've lost weight and gained weight and lost weight and gained weight and lost weight and gained weight. What we're talking about right now is the missing piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The missing piece of the puzzle is why we eat what we eat. And I thank you for bringing up. Thank you, Deborah Ann, for bringing up that TED Talk. And if anybody is interested, you can just go to um, the TED YouTube channel and Google Michelle Pettis. TEDx Talk Michelle Pettis, Michelle Pettis TEDx Talk, YouTube
Mhm.
YouTube TEDx Talk. Google that, and my name will come up, and the talk will come up, and watch it. And if it resonates with you at all, if there's anything in that talk that resonates with you, just comment, like it, share it. This we need to start a food story movement, a food
Yes.
story movement that allows us to to get clear about why we are eating. My problem, no, let me say this, that I what I figured out about myself was that I was unconsciously eating too much of the wrong stuff for the wrong reasons. So there's four components
Mhm.
right there. Unconsciously eating too much of the wrong stuff, too much wrong stuff for the wrong reasons. When we correct all four of those components, when we get all four of those things in alignment, that's where our healing is. So what the flip of that is this: we have to get conscious, we have to consciously eat the right stuff in the right amount for the right reason. That's the affirmation right there. For anybody that's not familiar with affirmations, what affirmations are in the present and they are positive. And you don't have to be doing the thing at the time, right? It can be aspirational. But as your mind starts to hear you over and over say that this is what I do, this is who I am, your mind will bring you in alignment with your words. That's why the writing is so important. That's why I do the writing workshops every month, right? The right your way to your right weight. That's why I do that, because our words are powerful. Our words can bring us in alignment. That's why my 52-week program is rooted in writing. That's why we write for 52 weeks. Every week we hit a different emotion and we write about it. We unpack it. We talk about what it feels like. We talk about where it shows up in our bodies. We talk about how it shows up with other people, what time of the day it shows up, right? What it looks like. That's why the writing for us to document that. So when you write this affirmation, I consciously, I consciously eat the right amount of the right food for the right reason. For the right reason. So if we get conscious and we start eating for the right reason, and the right reason is for us to honor our bodies, for us to honor our health, is to
Yes.
live. The right reason is for us to live. Deborah, Ann, you okay?
I'm okay. I'm just moving around, getting comfortable.
Okay, all right. So the right reason is to be able to look at food and know that I am eating it so that my body will be nourished, so that my cells will regenerate, so my skin will be healthy. So my eyesight will be healthy. So my brain will operate at top performance. So my teeth will be good. So my blood will flow. So my breathing will be good. So my digestion will be good. That's why I'm eating, to protect my body, to
Yes.
improve my body, to improve my bodily functions, to improve how
Yes.
I move through this world. That's emotion, but that's the emotion that we're to eat for. That's eating for the right emotion, right? That's
Yes.
what that's for. So when we start focus on the fact that I am eating this because it is good for me, because it heals me, right? Because it
Mhm.
heals me, that because it helps me live a higher quality life. That's why I'm eating this. I eat for the right reason. I eat the right amount. I eat the right thing, and I'm conscious about it. I do it deliberately. I
Mm.
I deliberately choose food that is going to save my life, that is going to protect my life.
That's
Right?
awesome. Hi, Janetta. Hi, Jermaine. Thank y'all for dropping in. Hi, Michelle. Michelle says she's going to be watching it. Porch Lady, she says she's preparing to give up the chaos for the calm. Charlton says hi, and Janine Aldridge says the same. So you have an
Yes.
audience who's tuning in, and your message is resonating with them. So we're saying,
Yes.
Michelle, you're asking us, what are we willing to do to save your life? For those who they want, just like Paul says in the Bible, Lord, what I want to do, I don't even be doing. And what I don't want to do is the very thing I do. So, what
Hmm.
advice do you have to tell us for those of us, me included, who struggle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
I,
struggle?
I say take it a day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
They take it a day at a time. And and as you're taking it a day at a time, keep keep your vision in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Under understand what the choice really is. Just have an understanding that the choice is never the food. The
Mm-hmm.
choice is never the food. The food is just a means to an end. So
Mm-hmm.
make a decision. Decide how you want to look, decide how you want to live, decide how you want to feel, decide how you want to show up. Get that picture clear in your mind. Let it
Mm-hmm.
clear in your consciousness. Live that picture. How do I want to look? How do I want to feel? How do I want to show up? Who am I? And once that is firmly in your mind, and that means it's firmly in your mind because you keep replanting it every day, all day long. You keep replanting it. And the way that you replant it, you keep rewriting it. You keep saying it to yourself. This is who I am. Every time you make a decision, every time you make a choice that affirms that, you celebrate that. You acknowledge that. You remember that. You go to that when you're confronted with other choices because there are always going to be other choices. But the
Mm-hmm.
fact that you made the decision that's in alignment with who you are, who you want to be, that gives you the power to say, I'm not that chick. That's not who I am. I'm this person over here. So we have the 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 advice I give is to stay in consciousness. Stay in consciousness about who you really are at your core. Who and that
Michelle,
doesn't. Mhm.
you have a young lady, her name is Michelle. She says, "This is truly moving me." So keep talking, Michelle, because Michelle is getting something from this message. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to let you
No,
know.
that's all right. And
Yes.
I see she's Michelle with two L's. So us Michelles with two L's, we gotta stick together. And so and, and so Michelle with two L's, I would encourage you go to that TED Talk. Check out that TED Talk. It's
Yes.
TEDx Michelle Pettis on YouTube. Take a listen to that because once we get it firmly in our mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who we are, right? Then it makes it easy for us to decide not to do certain things. It makes it easier for us to choose not to choose certain foods and to release certain foods when we look at them and we see that they are not in alignment with who we are right now or who we want to be. We say, oh, that used to be who I was, but I don't do that anymore. I don't.
Yes.
I've outgrown that. I know better.
Yes.
I mean, really, who grew up with that? Like
Yes.
when you get chastised by your parents,
They
right? And
said
you do
you know
something,
better.
and they say,
Hmm.
you know better than that,
That's
right?
right.
Right?
Yes.
And then you're like, yeah, I do know better. And then that starts to get ingrained in you. Oh, I know, but
Yes.
I know better. I
Okay.
know what's coming. I don't,
Well,
I don't need this lesson again. I've had that lesson.
exactly. Let's talk about this. And I like to say, for those of us who have had abuse, trauma, rape, molestation, and society tells us that we have to hold on to that. It's hard for us to get a man. It's hard for us to do because this happened to us. But let me tell you something. It happened. That's not your worth or your value. And
No.
once you understand that, now we can put that over here on out your memory because what you focus on is what's going to improve. If you decide to focus on that, you're going to stay in the eating.
Yes.
So you have to decide, am I going to listen to the word of God that says anybody who hurts my children, I'm going to deal with. So it's done. So you don't ever have to deal with it again.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
safe. You're in your house. Ain't nobody attacking you. Ain't nobody coming in your bedroom. You're safe.
Yes.
And
Yes.
just because it happens doesn't mean you can't choose to eat a healthy, balanced, nutritious meal.
Yes. Yes.
So let's
Yes.
let's let's
Yes.
let's let's
Yes.
normalize having trauma and still eating nutritiously and healthily and not letting the trauma stay on this shoulder our whole life.
Right.
Let's
Right.
not wear that
Right.
as a badge of
Right.
honor.
Right. Right. And that, Deborah, and thank you for bringing that up because that is something that is a burden for so many of us, me included. I mean, I struggled with that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And what what like probably like the I would say the most hurtful thing for me, being a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, was the fact that I grew up and struggled for no years thinking that I didn't have any power, that
Mm.
my voice didn't
Yes.
matter, that my
Mm-hmm.
voice didn't matter, that that
Mm-hmm.
that no one was going to listen to me, right?
Yes.
And what I want anybody that is watching, that is listening, that 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 happened to you in any way, to know that it is not your fault.
Oh
It,
no.
it is, oh my
Oh
God,
no.
it is
Not
not
your
your fault. And that there and that really, even though you can't see it right now, there is joy on the other side.
Oh yeah.
And and also understand that in some ways, going to the food back then saved you. It gave you something that you needed to survive that circumstance,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's not anything to be mad at, right? It saved you then, but now is an opportunity for you to get some new skills. Right
Yes.
now, you can get some new awareness, because like when you're in a place when you don't feel like you have any power, or you might not. I mean, you might not even have power. If you're a little kid and you're dealing with a giant,
Mm-hmm.
you're dealing with the giant, and you don't.
Yes.
But
And
when
one.
you but when you just realize that going to the food then, that was a place where you felt like you did have some power, right? I didn't have any
Mm-hmm.
power in the circumstance, but I do have power over food, right? And you still have power. Here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing. You still have power over food.
That's
You
right.
still have the power to use it in a way that honors your body, that strengthens your body, that strengthens your soul, that strengthens your spirit.
Yes.
You can do that. You can learn it. You don't need the food now to protect you. You
Yes.
don't you don't need you
Exactly.
don't need that anymore. Right?
Yes.
You don't need that anymore. And so once you start developing that muscle, developing that skill,
It
there
gets
is
stronger.
so much joy on the other side. And part of that, when you start to confront some of these things, when
Yes.
you start to put some of this stuff on paper, when you start
Yeah.
to write it down, you start to release it. You start to release its hold on you.
Yes.
Putting it
And
on
Michelle,
paper. Yes, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna echo that. Even if you don't feel like you can do it right today, Friday, if you start coming to Michelle's support group, let me tell y'all something. I'm amazed how soothing and supportive she is. She knows what to say. I guess because she's been through it and she's on the other side of it. So you might not know what to say. You might be saying, Michelle, I'm still worthless. Come to that free complimentary support group. You don't even have to say nothing. And just listen to each woman who is a different race, a different height, live in a different city, and sharing her battle. And many times people are winning, many times people are losing. But guess what? Once they lost the battle, they get ready to win the war because
Yes,
this is what we're here to do. When we're together, you're stronger. And I'm over here by myself in Tennessee. Michelle's over there in Annapolis. We're losing because we're separate. But being together, we're winning. And when we
yes.
have this conversation, it gives me just a little bit more resolve to eat my cabbage. I got my cabbage over here. Eat my cabbage. I told Michelle earlier, I don't have any meat in my house. I think I'm gonna die because I don't have no meat. She said, "You gonna be all right without it, girl. You gonna be all right." I'm gonna be all right. She said, "Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna eat that cabbage after a while. I'm gonna take a nap also." So I'm just telling you, you might not know what to do, but if you have a desire to change your weight, to change your compulsive overeating, to change your food addiction, you are not alone, and we're right here to support you with
Yes,
the expertise of Michelle. And we haven't talked about her book, Leaving Large. Grab this book, go to leavinglarge.com and just start reading. Some
yep,
of you are introverts, y'all like to read and check things out. Check it out first. Check it out and see if you find an authentic voice who has been there with you. where you are right now. Just check it out.
Yep. I will sign it.
Mm-hmm.
I have my trusty little pen right here. Go to leavinglarge.com. I will sign it and send it directly to you if you want to do it that way. If you want to go online and go to Amazon, you can get it. You can get it from
Mm-hmm.
Amazon. Now, if you get it from Amazon, it won't be signed. But
Yes.
if you get it from me, it will be signed.
We
But
got the TED
what,
Talk. We got the
yes,
group coaching on Monday nights, every Monday. We have 2 more weeks. We'll be having a writing class coming again. That's going to be $50 value, but she only lets us pay $25 to spend 90 minutes engaging in positive affirmations, getting us to our successful goal.
that's it.
And
Writing
then,
it makes it real.
yes, and then those who are really ready to be dedicated, 52 weeks, a whole year tackling it. I'm coming to get in that class too. So join
Okay,
me,
all
and
right.
we are coming. We are coming to get the dedication down.
I'll be there. I
Yes.
will be there. And I want to talk about the 52 weeks. It is 52 weeks because we're talking about transformation. I'm not talking about like a 90-day program, a 90-day quick
Mm-hmm.
fix. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about going through all the seasons. I'm talking about going through all the emotions because we hear the phrase emotional overeating, emotional
Mm-hmm.
eating. Well, people go directly to and they deal with the eating. But here's the thing: if you deal with the emotion first, you'll be able to separate it from the eating. Because if you are an emotional eater, that means that you don't know how to manage the emotion. So you eat because you don't know how to manage the emotion. You might not even
Mm-hmm.
recognize the emotion. What we do is every week we spend time on a different emotion so you can recognize it, so you can know what it feels like, so you can know how to manage it, so you can know how to handle it, so you can know where it shows up in your body, right? So you can mitigate it. And once you deal with that emotion, if you are an emotional eater and you have dealt with that emotion, guess what? Now you don't have to eat for a reason that doesn't support you because you've dealt with the emotion. I'm a stress eater. You know why you're a stress eater? Because you don't know how to manage stress. So learn how to manage
That's
stress.
right.
I
That's
eat
right.
I eat when I'm sad. You know why? Because you don't know anything else to do when you're sad. I eat when I'm frustrated. Why? Because you don't know how to handle frustration. Let's learn how to handle frustration, right? So
Okay.
that's what the other people don't tell you. That's what the other programs don't tell you.
That's
They
it.
just keep you focused on the food rather than the cause.
Michelle, your buddy Michelle with 2 L said, it seems like most of my emotions make me eat. Me too, Michelle.
Yes,
Yes.
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 And
Okay.
and so once Michelle with two L's like me, once you learn to identify those emotions and know how to handle those emotions and know what to do with those emotions, know where to put them, right? Recognize them, then guess what? Then you can eat in a way that honors the life that you want to live.
Mm-hmm.
But once you figure out those emotions, once you get that feeling part done, once you get that worked out, then you won't be slave to your emotions. You won't be slave to emotions, nor will you be slave to food. Because here's the reality: until we do that, right? Until we do that, we are going to be slaves to our appetite. And as long
Yeah.
as we're slaves to our appetite, we will never be free. We will never, we'll never be free to live like we want to live. We'll never be free to live in confidence. We'll never be free to
Mm,
live in joy. We'll never be free to live in peace. We'll
mm,
never be free to live in power. We won't have any of that until we learn how to use food as fuel and treat it as nutrition
amen.
and not as something that and not as a way to deal with emotion. Because since we all recognize and know that the only problem that food solves is hunger, and if we're eating because we're emotional, then that means those emotions never get dealt with. They just stay in us and cause us pain and discomfort. And we continue to try to eat to cover them up.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way that the addiction comes in. Because we're trying to get food to do something that it cannot do. And if tonight you don't get anything else out of this conversation, get this and understand this. The only problem food solves is hunger.
All right
That is
now.
that is its only job. That is the only thing it can do. The only problem it
Food
solves is
is hungry.
hunger.
I like that.
And
Put that in the
if
comments. We need to hear that again. The only problem
problem
food
that food
solves is
solves is
hunger.
hunger. And if we try to use it to solve any other problem, that problem will go unsolved.
Mm, mm, mm. That's all
That
right.
problem will that problem will go unsolved, and the impact goes continues to ripple because the
Mhm,
problem never gets dealt with. Then our needs get unmet. We stay angry, we stay sad, we stay grieving, we stay lonely, we stay
mhm.
bored, we stay all of those things because food can't solve any of it.
Mm. Okay, Michelle. Okay, Michelle. We need to get your website and your contact information because there are some people who are not going to admit they want to participate because they're private people. So,
Hmm.
know that whatever you share with Michelle one on one is confidential. So go ahead, Michelle. Give us
Yes,
your contact information for
yes,
those who want some one on one coaching and some one
sure,
on one conversation. And be
sure.
ready to cash app her too. She's been generous enough, being generous enough.
Yes, please. You can email me directly at Michelle, Michelle, at MichellePettis.com. You can Google me, Michelle, Michelle, Petties.com. You
Mm-hmm.
can email me directly, get on my calendar. We can have a private, confidential consultation. Absolutely. I would I am here to talk to you, right? I am
That's
here to
wonderful.
share with you. If
That's
you
wonderful.
want to come, if you let me y'all, if you don't want to jump on a call with me, come to that group on Monday. It's at 5 o'clock. It's a five
Eastern
o'clock Eastern
Standard Time.
time, Eastern Standard Time in the I Am Brand New Now Facebook group. It is a private Zoom call inside the
Mm-hmm.
Facebook group. And if you want to come and just be in the space and just check it out and see if you like it. You don't have to put your camera on. You don't have to put your microphone on. We'll say, hey, how you doing? You can stay
Yes.
dark, and you can just
Yes.
listen to what everybody else has to say, right?
Mm.
Because sometimes you don't have it in yourself to contribute. Sometimes you just need to be someplace where you can soak up some stuff, people pouring into you, and that's okay. That's why we're there. But sometimes you have experiences, you have solutions, you have stuff that's on your heart that you want to share, that you want to get off, and you want a safe space to do it. You can do that in that group because there is somebody in the group that is ready to hear whatever you have to say. Deborah Ann, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. All right.
I'm just
So
shifting.
if you want your camera on, it can be on. If you want it off, it can be off. You want to share, you can share. If you don't want to share, you don't have to share. And if you I mean you can come for as long as you want and not share. Just come and be in the company of folk that are just like you, that are looking for answers, that are finding answers, and that are taking it one day at a time at their own pace. There is no pressure, right? There is no pressure. It is just a place for you to start healing, for you to
Sounds great.
for you to realize that you are not in this by yourself. Because here's what addiction will lie to you and tell you that it's your fault, that you're the only one, that there's no hope for you, that you just meant to be in pain, that you just meant to suffer, that this is your lot in life. That's what addiction will tell you. Addiction will tell you you don't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Addiction will tell you that it's not for you, that it's for everybody else. That's what they do. That's not what you do. Addiction will tell you that it's cultural, right? Addiction will tell you
Yes.
that that's just my family. Addiction is a liar. Addiction
Yes.
will keep you stuck.
Mm-hmm.
It will keep you stuck. It will keep you in darkness. It will keep you in pain.
Yes.
Addiction will take you to a place of no hope. Addiction will make you want to give up. That that's
Mhm.
what addiction will do.
Yes.
Addiction will tell you today to say just accept it.
Yes.
Addiction will tell you to tomorrow. Just do it
So
tomorrow. I'm gonna
as
start
we
tomorrow.
thank you,
Go-
Michelle. This is a safe space full of encouragement. And so we've invited you to come out Monday. We've invited you to come out in 2 weeks. We've invited you to do a monthly 52-week participation program. So one thing we want to leave with Michelle, I want to encourage everybody to go to watch Michelle's TED Talk. It came out today. It is full of encouragement and hope. It's not very long, so to keep your attention, it's very engaging. So, because many of you don't even believe what we're saying. Even though I haven't lost all of my weight, I'm struggling. I probably get the weight loss surgery, and I'm still wanting to eat some, but I have hope. And if you have hope, Michelle said, and I say, Michelle said, if you have hope, you can get there one step at a time. If you eat a nutritious balanced meal one time, you could do it too. If you
Yes,
take a walk one time, and you could take 5 steps, you could take six. So I just wanted to ask you, Michelle, give us your final call to action, your final encouragement, your final tip under the topic. What are you willing to give up?
yes,
Your goal. Go ahead. Michelle says, I have hope, Michelle.
yes. I have hope. I
Yes.
and hope is light. Hope is
Yes.
light. Hope is action. Hope is
Yes.
taking that next step. Right.
Yes.
Hope is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Right. And that keeps you walking through. That keeps you putting one step in front of the other, and that is the
Yes.
thing that is so beautiful. And
That's it.
so my one thing to say about this: what are you willing to give up? Are you? My question is this: are you willing to give up confusion? Are you
Yes.
willing to give up confusion so that you can give clarity? Are you willing to work through the confusion? That's
Yes.
really what I'm asking. Because if you are in a state of confusion, that means that there is something that you don't know. And you have to get through the confusion because there is clarity on the other side. So,
Yes.
so confusion really isn't a bad thing. It means that you are growing. It means that you're in a place to push yourself through. And so the question really is: are you prepared to push through the confusion? Are you prepared to give up that confusion so that you can claim the clarity that'll keep you putting one step in front of the other, and the one step that will keep you heading to the light?
Okay, Michelle says, I wish I was in the same city as y'all, but I'm in Detroit, Michigan. Girl, I'm in Tennessee, and Michelle is in up north somewhere. We
Yeah,
all in different cities. We
well,
got Atlanta, Chicago, California, Indiana, I mean,
we
people everywhere.
we
We're not in the same city.
Michelle, there's this thing that they invented called the internet. But there's this thing they invented called the
Yes.
internet that connects us. We come online, but here's the other thing, Michelle. I'll travel. I will
Yes.
travel. So if you know someone at the Detroit Library, if you know someone at the Detroit Library that'll bring me in to do a workshop, I'll come there. If you know
And
somebody in Detroit that wants to do a book party, I'll come to Detroit and do a book party. So yeah,
yes.
we can make that happen, right?
And Parks and Rec in Detroit, they line dancing downtown in Detroit all the time. I'm telling you, Metro Detroit Parks and Rec, bring her in. Bring
That's
her
right.
in. Bring her
That's
in.
right.
That's
So
it. They doing it down there. We want to be able to
absolutely.
line dance downtown.
Absolutely. So I mean, and Michelle. I'm not kidding. I'm in Maryland, but I have been to Atlanta. I have been to Dallas. I have been to Houston. Deborah is
Hmm.
trying to get me to Nashville. I've been to
Yeah.
Philly. Right.
Come on.
So you know, as, as long as
Aren't you
Southwest
going
flies
to
there.
Sweden? Aren't you going to Sweden?
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm
Yes,
going to
you're going.
Spain. I'm going to Spain.
Yes,
Yeah.
to Spain.
I'm going to Spain. So
Hmm.
yes, we can make that happen.
Yes, look
We can
into
make
it,
that happen.
Michelle.
Yeah, look
Oh,
into it.
Porch Ladies in Detroit, Michelle, you're not alone.
Oh, porch ladies in Detroit. Okay.
Okay, that's what she
Excellent.
said.
E-
Yes.
Excellent.
Well,
Excellent.
we're
So,
gonna have to make some
so
things happen.
we make some things happen.
We need
I
some of
know
that
that.
General Motors money to come on, General Motors,
But
bring
listen,
Michelle in.
listen.
Ride in the
I know
Cadillac.
absolutely. I know. Motor City has a health department. The health department might need somebody to come in and do a workshop. They got
Yes,
some health there, right? So,
yes.
what all jokes aside, porch lady, all jokes aside, Michelle, um, we are here. I'm here to support you in any way that you can, in any way that I can. And you can get me online. You can get me on a Zoom call. We can connect, right? Um, we'll do that. You know, if you want to get on the phone, we can do on the phone. You want to do a Google, what's a Google chat, or what's it called, Google chat. You want to do a Zoom. You want to do Microsoft Teams. Yeah, we can do any or all of that.
Okay,
We can text, we can message, we can do Facebook, right? What whatever is necessary, what is ever necessary for us to get connected, for you to grow, to feel like you can move through this so that you can be victorious. I'm in it.
that's
I'm
beautiful.
in it. I got you.
Thank you. That's beautiful, Michelle. God bless you. God bless each one of us courageous ladies and men. There was some men on here. And
Yes,
I know that there are men who have health challenges who watch us, Michelle. And in fact, I met a veteran at the mall the other day. He said, I don't want to talk to no men, I want to talk to women. So really the men want to talk to us about their weight issue.
yes,
They want to get
yes.
that support. And I don't blame them because I like talking to men folk too. So Michelle said she
Excellent.
wrote down your email address. So
Wonderful.
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 So Michelle, thank you. We went over, but I just didn't have the heart to stop us because it was going so good. And I just wanted to keep letting you shine and pour, and people can feel your genuine spirit to help.
Yeah. And yes, yes.
And I
Because you know what,
appreciate
Deborah,
you.
I I know what it feels like being on the other side. And I want this for everybody I want it for everybody that wants it for themselves, and I want it for the people that don't want it for themselves. Like,
That
I want it. If you are ready, I'm ready.
that
I
sounds
want
good.
this for you because I know what it is. I know
Yes.
how incredibly life changing it is.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. So thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you everybody for staying with us. We have 11 likes. We have more likes than people on, but we have lots of people on. So thank y'all for participating tonight. It was just a blessed evening for us to share. And this is what hope looks like.
Yes, this is what
Okay.
hope looks like. Watch the TED Talk, y'all. Watch that TED Talk.
Yes, watch the TED Talk. It's in the description because I made sure I put it in there today. And then it's in the community chat too. So if you can't remember, just go to the community chat. It's in the community page also. So thanks again, Michelle. Congratulations. We're so proud. We're proud to know someone like you. Thank you.
I'm proud to know y'all.
Okay. I'll talk
All
to you
right.
soon. I'll see you Monday.
Okay. Okay.
Peace and hair grease. Bye, y'all.
All right. Bye bye.